Could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
Alright, so welcome back, fighters. Welcome back to the channel. So today is a quick review more than anything. So as you guys saw in the previous video, that we did indeed lose both our trades, or all three of our trades, right? We got stopped out in all of them. So now we're just gonna do a quick review to see what lesson did we learn on all those trades, journal them down, and then make sure that we learn from those mistakes, right? Journal the mistakes, write down why they lost or why you lost, how you felt about them, and learn from them. So right now we're looking at UC. UC is breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart, right? So this is where we entered initially. Our stop loss was all the way down here, right? This is where our stop loss was when we entered here, and then price moved up, right? My up went up here, and then we're like, oh, it went up there. Let's take our stop loss right here, right? Because this is where we entered. So it showed this and then it bounced off, and we're like, okay, cool. Seems like price is going up. Let's move our stop loss right there. So, and then before all of this, it created, okay, let me just do this right. So before all of that, then it bounced off this area right here. So when it got here, we took partial profits. Was it where did we take partial profits? Just try to scale back in. Okay, yeah. So I think we took partial profits around this area right here, right? And then price went breakdown and then gave us this bounce of this strong resistant area. And then we're like, okay, cool. As soon as it breaks through this area, we're buying. It broke through there, we bought again, and now we moved our stop loss just down here below this area right here, and then price went up. We're like, okay, cool, it's looking good, and then and then price was like, nope. It came all the way down here, took us out, and then is now continuing our way. It's legit 5 minutes to our take profit, where our take profit was, right? So that would have been super heartbreaking if we were actually in a challenge. So this is why the free trial, because I haven't been trading that much. So the free trial is gonna keep us in the spirits. We're gonna learn a lot of lessons. We're gonna journal down a lot. We're gonna, readjust our strategy and whatnot. So now it's shooting up. So quick analysis on this, right? We actually saw where this trade was going, right? We just made an error, a big error at that, right? So what I've discovered, because I did check this out a bit earlier, and I was like, okay, I'll record a video later, right? Because I did journal down what happened. So when I'm taking a look at this trade right here, right, I was like, why didn't it respect this area right here, right? So okay, guys, can I remove these? These are not important anymore. Okay, so cool. I was like, why didn't trade the market respect this area? And then I was like, that's interesting. So I had to scale back, like go to all previous trades, or the market, go way back to see actually why has this happened before, right? So I was like, okay, let me go up here, right? And then I looked at the market. I'm like, okay, let's say we bought here, right? And our take profit, I don't know where our take profit was. I don't know, up here, for example, right? This is just an example. If we bought here and the market went up here and it came down here, automatically I would move my stop loss from here to, let me just, from, it'd be here, right? If we entered here, it'd be here. And then I saw this bouncing off this area, I would have automatically went, okay, this is where my new stop loss is. Let's say our take profit is, okay, let's make it green. Okay, right? So the green part is our take profit, right? Our take profit is right here, right? So we entered right here. right? This is where our take profit is, and this is where our current stop loss is, right? Okay, I can remove this, right? Okay, so let me just do this. Okay, cool. All right, so now the market goes up, 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 and then I see this retracement right here, right? And I do say that it's consolidating. So I would have entered. I would have moved our stop loss and put it right here, right? And then would the market done? Take me out, legit take me out, and go my direction again. And I was gonna be like, okay. And then if you look here, if I would have done the same thing, okay, here it's just a shoot back up, right? So let's just go low, higher here. Okay. So for example, I just want to look at more example because now, what I realize is that okay, if the market keeps doing this, why? Why is it doing this? You know, for example, if I'm trying to look for other examples, like okay, cool. Here's an example, right? If I enter a cell right here, right? It said enter cell. This is where my take profit and my stop loss is, right? And my take profit is all the way down here, right? So I see trade going down, giving me this, and then keep going down, right? I would have automatically moved my stop loss from here to around here, right? And now trade would have still came and broke through, right? I'm like, why does it keep doing this? And what I realized that I've been doing wrong is that whenever I'm in a trade, right, and it goes up and I'm trying to move my stop loss, I will just move it to wherever the price is bouncing off. It bounces off here. Okay, cool. That's where I put it. And I'm like, but if I take a look at it, it came here to the point of the previous higher high, right? If you guys look at that, that's where we're supposed to be taking it. So the previous, okay, sorry, the previous higher high is here. Market came close to this area to retest it, right? Let me put it just here, right? Market came to retest it, right? And then which one is the new one? Okay, so and then it goes up here, and then here's the new one now. All right, let me just keep it here. I can keep it. Okay, stay in drawing mode, right? So the market will forever retest this area. Go up, retest it, and then shoot back up. Go up. So here, before it came down a little, this is where it went, right? This is where it went right here. Price will come to retest that area, vi, and then here's the new one. Come retrace that area, vi, retrace that area, vi, retrace that area, right? So now the lesson is that I shouldn't just move my take profit wherever I see a bounce. I should wait for a bounce to hit where my last higher high, right? So this was the higher high. This was my last higher high, right? So but price came to retest this higher high, bounce off the higher high, and then keep going up. So lesson learned, wait for price to bounce off. Sorry. So wait for price to bounce off the previous higher high or lower high before moving the take or the stop loss. Sorry, stop loss before moving the stop loss to that area, right? So that's the lesson number one that we learned in this trade. That's the main lesson that we learned because everything else went beautifully. It's just that we really made a big mistake when it comes to this. So this is a bit heartbreaking, man, but lesson learned. And we won't be doing that in the next challenge or the challenge that we buy, right? EA. Okay, so EA. I don't think this one is on us. I don't think this one is on us, right? We did put our stop loss right here, which is the last high. So it came to retest that area. It looked like it was going up, but crashed. So whether it was here or whether it was just right there where the correct place is, but thank God we actually moved it up because now it saved us from taking an L, right? So yeah, so with this trade, I don't think there's much wrong that we did. But you can see same thing that we saw on the other side, right? Price broke and now price came to retest this area. What? See, price broke, retest that area, and now it's going down. So it's like, okay, we clearly price likes to retest the last higher high or lower high, right? So this is the last point. So right now we can actually I do see an actual trade here. Okay, let me just remove these. So I actually do see a trade around here, right? By here, put it above, just above this area, and then sell would be right here, right? Because it did show that it did break this area. And then when we look at the higher time frame, because we do a top-down analysis before we enter the trade, so you can see the trade is looking to retrace or go back to this initial downtrend, right? So price just what gave us a false break right there, and now it's following the initial trend, right? So this is the a weekly support. You're unable to see it here, but let's go to the daily time frame. You are able to see that there it is. So we are hitting the midpoint right here, right? This is where our take profit is. Let me just indicate them here on the thing here as well so you guys can see. I just don't like that my chart gets cluttered sometimes. That's why I put it in on the higher time frames. Let's just do this. Okay, daily and weekly. Okay, cool. Okay, when you go back to the daily time frame, you can see where the weekly area is. But you can see that price does come here to retrace this area. Even in the past, you can see it is indeed a strong area to indicate, right? It bounces off here, bounce off here, bounce off here, bounce off here again, right? Here's another bounce off here. But so it is indeed a strong area. So that's why we can actually place a trade right now, right? I actually do see this trade. So the first confirmation that we get is the break right here. The crossing of my apologies. So we first of all we get the crossing of the moving averages, and then the break of this structure right here. You can even say it was a trend line. You can put a trend line here, right? The break of the trend line, that's confirmation number 2. And then the doji right here to show that it is going down, and then the overall downtrend line, which is here on the weekly on and the daily time frame, right? That's what we're following now. So all right, so we can actually place a trade here. Let me just fix this. Okay, so we can actually place a trade right here. Yeah, I'm actually gonna enter. I'm actually gonna enter. So yeah, I'll show you guys screenshots of if I or when I entered, but this looks like a beautiful trade that I'm gonna take. So yeah, we'll just see what it does. But yeah, guys, so but the lesson that we learned here for this trade is just to take, okay, so I didn't actually even say, I just saw the opportunity. All right, so what was, all right, so sorry for that, guys. When it comes to this trade, the lesson that we learned here is to take partial profits. So we reached all the way up here and we did not take any profit at all, unlike the UC trade, right? When it got here, you guys remember we did take partial profits, and that's how we got to enter again right here. So it is important to take partial profits around here when you see that the trade is actually going is on an uptrend or is going your way, and you do see that it's gonna come with a bit of a retracement. So you just take partial profits right there, and then just wait for the thing to come back, for the retracement to come, and then when you see it's going to go back up, that's where you place another entry. For example, if we had took partial profits right here and it came back and it gave us this, as soon as it shoots back up here, we would have entered right here and said, okay, this is where we place our stop loss, and then this is where we enter our take profit, right? If it was possible, right? What's going on? Okay, so this is where we would have entered the trade. I'm not sure why. All right, yeah, so this is where we would have entered the trade, right? Okay, why am I on the sell? No. Okay, so this is where we would have entered the trade, take profit right here, and then our stop loss I can't even talk. Our stop loss would be here. So that's it, right? And then if it would have stopped that out, at least we would have had money here to cover up this area, to cover up this loss, and actually make even more profit than we would have initially did without us taking that partial profit, right? So yeah, so lesson number one from UC that we learned is a wait for price to retrace or bounce off the previous higher high. Do not rush to take your stop loss into profit. Trust the process. And then the second one is take partial profits, right? Take partial profit when prices reach the previous resistant area. Okay, and then the third one was actually when we entered the buy here, right? This is where we entered the buy, and then we move our stop loss into here. So I am not sure what we did wrong with this trade. I think it's also the same thing with this one, right? We did not anticipate the trade going here, so this one also falls into this one, right? But another thing that we didn't do is that we were so focused on the 4 hour time frame and the daily and the 2 hour time frame, we didn't even look back on this trade. So hence why I wrote here, scale back to a higher time frame to get a clear view on what the market is doing. Is it still continuing with what we were doing initially, or has it changed on the larger or higher time frame? So that's what I wrote. So those are the 3 lessons that we learned here. So I didn't even take screenshots for before and after for these trades. So I'll put screenshots with that as well. But we did enter here, and I'll give you guys an update tomorrow to see what's going on with this trade. But we did enter. I'll just put screenshots and it will be nice. But thank you so much for joining me again, guys. Like I always say, always.
Could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.